Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of After 30 with Cara Eriguel. I hope you're all safe and well, and my camera is moving on. And we are bringing it back. All right. Again, let's do that again. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of After 30 with Cara Eriguel. I hope you're all safe and well. And I'm so excited to have this amazing conversation we're about to have today. So, in life, generally, right, we're afraid of what we can't control. We're afraid of losing control. One of the key elements of survival is keeping our finances intact. We all know that. And the thing is, a lot of us still don't have a good relationship with money. So you see, it can turn into a never ending cycle. Our relationship with money is deeply rooted in beliefs. You probably heard money doesn't grow on trees, or we don't have enough money and we can't afford that, or don't spend too much money because you might lose it all one day. Grabe, tamang-tama ako dun. Imagine growing up believing all of those things and limiting yourself out of intergenerational fears. What if you took control and started changing those beliefs and even use them to your advantage? Today, we talk credit cards. Why are a lot of people still so afraid and intimidated by them? Why the rich, so to speak, use them all the time, and how it can actually be a valuable tool once you know how to make it work for you. On today's episode, we have Senior Vice President and Group Head for PNB Cards Banking Solutions Group, a retail lending professional focused on credit cards and payments. She worked for HSBC, Metrobank, Security Bank, and now the head of Cards Banking Solutions of PNB. She is a graduate of the College of Mount St. Vincent in New York City and holds an MBA from University of Chicago Booth School of Business. What an honor to have her on the show, everybody. Please welcome Miss Celeste Lim. Hi.
Hi, good morning, Kara, and good morning, everyone. It's nice to be here on your show.
Thank you so much for being here. Like I said a while ago, off the air, off stage. Thank you so much for making time. I know you must be super busy, but I'm so grateful to have you here. How are you doing today?
Well, we're doing fine. There are many changes in our industry. It's always very dynamic, and it's been the end of the month, so we were looking at all of our numbers, and we're
Mhm.
happy to see that the Philippines is finally opening up after the 2 year lockdown that we've had, or almost 2 years lockdown that we've had. So, exciting times for all of us. So we're very happy, happy today.
I love how you're putting it that way. Thank you so much. Because not everybody answers that question that way. No, most people would say, oh, surviving, or like, at the rate we're going, still alive, thankful that but I'm happy you're in that headspace that you're like, oh, I'm so happy that things are opening up and we're more excited actually than afraid. And I want
Correct.
to and that's baka naman kaya nandiyan ka 'no, sa credit cards. Because I was literally talking about, fears and all that. And like I said a while ago, most of the time when I ask these questions like to guests, these are also
Mhm.
my questions.
Right.
These are things I also that resonate very, very strongly with me. So just a little bit, no, share ko lang. I only started using credit cards when I was in my late 20s na, late
Mm.
20s going on to 30s. And
Mhm.
at the time pa, very minimal lang. Like, I only kept my limit to this
Mhm.
amount
Mhm.
because I'm so afraid to spend more than what I can afford and to have utang.
Correct.
Diba? And so, okay, my first question to you, Miss Celeste, is why are a lot of us still afraid or hesitant to use credit cards? And what makes credit cards so intimidating?
Yeah, credit cards, it's really a lifestyle product, right? And people that are just starting out, like, you can get the credit card as early as 21 years old, or you can get it while you're still under your parents' wing, and they give you an extension card. Now, why is it so intimidating? Because you see a bulk amount that you can spend at any given point in time. And there's always temptations all around. You go to the mall, here's an electronic store, here's a makeup store, here's a clothing shop, and you're like, wait, I have this much money in my wallet via the plastic. And what if I spend it all? But then how can I pay back for it? Diba? So
Yeah.
you're like, it's a never-ending questioning cycle in somebody's mind, right? It's there, it's not there. Should I use it? Should I not use it? So I guess with all of these questions that always run in your head, you kind of get afraid na lang. The most conservative route would be, let me just not use it,
Wag
or
na
let
lang.
me not. Oh, wag na lang. Wag na lang.
Oo.
Next time na lang, or 'pag alam ko na may pera na ako sa bangko, yun na lang yung gagawin ko or gagamitin ko. And that's the typical non-credit savvy way of thinking about it. Now, you know, as you mature and as you said, you used the card like what in your late 20s. And it's it's not uncommon to find people starting their credit life or their credit experience or the road to credit at that late stage, because in school or in college nobody tells you na, okay, here's how you extend your purchasing power, or here's how you can create a good reputation for yourself. You study maths, you study sciences. Nobody says, here's how life should be as you move
Exactly.
forward. Right? So yun din, di ba? We don't have that background there. We don't have that background. Now, credit cards is just starting out here in the Philippines. And, we also look at our neighbors in the West, even here in Southeast Asia. And you
Mhm.
see that they introduce you to a credit facility, such as a credit card, in different ways. Diba? We
Mhm.
have that very conservative background where cash is king. You have to have
Mhm.
cash in order to buy anything or in order to
Mhm.
do anything. But
Mhm.
really, in other countries, like you go to the US, as early as university or college level, there would be a company that would offer you a minimal credit line for you to use and you to practice with. Why? Because for them, they start the credit journey at an early stage, because for them, you buy a car, you do it on credit, you buy a house, you do it on mortgage, you do major finances using a credit facility. And so they start you off with a credit card, so that you kind of learn how to do the whole cycle: repayment, utilization, prepayment, utilization. So, and that's not something that's done here in the Philippines. So, yeah, it's the fear of the unknown, and
Yeah.
therefore we're afraid. We're afraid to use.
Katakot, wag na lang, 'di ba? And
Oo.
even then, when I was already making my own money in my early 20s, hindi alam mo yon, but because I was raised by my grandmother who was Ilocana,
Correct.
alam mo yon, and money was always like, I was raised on scarcity, ganun eh. Yun yung
Oo,
thinking.
oo,
Parang, pag
oo.
ano, baka mawala, wag na lang, i-keep ko na lang. And then my
Correct.
money was sleeping in the bank. I mean,
Mhm.
to me, as long as I could see that there was this much money, I'm okay. But that's
Yeah.
not how it works pala until I married someone who's more, what was your term?
Credit
Credit
savvy.
savvy. Yeah, he was more credit savvy. He was like, you have to make your money work for you. You have to make it go around
Exactly.
and whatever. What does that mean? What
Exactly.
if I need it now? you know? But so yeah, so that being said, no, sabi mo, in the States, it's something that they teach and hopefully eventually sana maabutan din natin in our generation that they teach finances, 'di ba? Not just how to
Mm-mm.
save, but how to make your money work for you in school.
Exactly.
Because,
Mhm.
'di ba? Like having relationships, managing your finances, those are things that are not taught in school. And then you get out there, facing
Mhm.
life, not knowing how to
Mhm.
do these things, these essential life skills. But I want to go back to what you were saying a while ago, that it's something they teach, as
Mhm.
early as, college, let's say,
Right.
university. Um, because it's a thing there, and I see it in movies, I hear it all the time, like credit
Mm.
score, credit score. If you
Credit
do this,
score.
if you have a credit card, you pay for it on time, you get your credit score, so you get
Mhm.
opportunity, like bigger opportunities of making bigger loans or stuff like
Correct.
that's my understanding of it. Do we
Yes.
have something like that here in the Philippines?
So fortunately, our government and the central bank has really started working on that. We did not have that. Let's be honest. We did not have something like that. Even 5 years ago, that wasn't there, right? And in the last few years, the government has been working to make sure that we do have that bureau already in place, and it's a standardized bureau such that when you take credit, we are able to track, or you're able to monitor whether you're a good repayer or a bad repayer, and therefore establish that credit score, or it's really your credit behavior. Diba? That's really what we're trying to establish. The score is really just a number that reflects how well you're using the credit line that you've been given, not just for credit cards, but any other product that you may have availed over the course of your life. So yeah, so our governments, although the central bank in particular, have been seeing how good that has been working. Obviously, with our neighbors, also have this credit score or this bureau, and they have been, expanding the reach of credit in their particular industries or in their particular markets. So we are going towards that direction. So that's a happy change for us here.
So meron na pala. Okay,
Meron
okay.
na.
No, that's wonderful. That's great to know. Okay, you guys, that's one, diba? That's
Mhm.
one reason how it can actually be, not just enticing, but something that you can even use as a good tool for you.
Correct. Correct.
Um, yeah. So, but you mentioned, because I remember a friend in college that her dad did this to her because her dad was also, I think, in the finance world eh. So, mas
Hmm.
maalam. So, swerte nyo
Mm.
guys, di ba? Relationship nyo sa money, iba-iba sa mga Ilocanang tipid eh, di ba? But so her dad, I remember in college, her dad gave her a credit card and even like
Mhm.
opened her a bank account
Mm.
that he would
Oo.
give her her what's this her baon every 15th and 30th para siyang para siyang sinisweldohan.
Sweldo.
So now it's like, I mean, when we would go out and drink and whatever, and it's like, it's Friday, let's go out. She's like, I only have this much money until the 30th. Next week na ako. It's parang, what? KJ mo naman, ganyan. But hello, that was a great way for her, diba, to learn how to manage her
Correct.
finances,
Mhm.
how to use what she has, or how to even extend it. So,
Mhm.
kaya bang gawin yun dito? You
Yes.
think our youth, they're ready to do something like that?
Yes, I think sense of the past din kasi yan eh. Like, we had, we know that some of our elders probably are baon sa utang or, have trouble paying off a debt. And that's because they also did not realize how to manage their credit, right? Like, they'll see, okay, ang daming pinautang sa akin, gamitin ko lahat. And then now they're just paying off, paying off, paying off. And so our youth, they're probably all afraid. That's really what it is, right? Now you're all afraid because I don't want to be like my parents who are, in debt and cannot get out of debt and are working themselves to death because of debt. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then you have this younger generation that, diba, for them it's all about going through life na, for themselves and not just for, it's a different mindset, this younger generation. So that's why, tama yan, you can learn how to use credit and you can learn how to extend your purchasing power using different tools. And credit card is one of those tools that can help you with it. Kasi a credit card we have cycles, right? When you have a credit card, you have a credit limit, right? You mentioned, oh, isang credit card, meron kang, let's say, para easy calculation, 10,000 pesos, right? And then you don't have 10,000 pesos in your bank account. And then you see something that you need for school or you see something that you need for, for your day-to-day living, and your credit card can actually allow you to purchase that, right? So 10,000. Now, may cycles ang credit card. So pwedeng cut off mo is on the first of the month. What does that mean? It means that when you use your card anytime, when the first of the month comes in, then your company or your card issuer will bill you for it for the next cycle. So, in essence, you have a month or so, over a month or so, to actually um,
Prepare.
prepare to pay off that debt, right? Or
Mm-mm.
that advance that you took
Mm-mm.
on your credit card. So, 'di ba? It's about managing your finances talaga. It's about learning about the timing. You said 15-30. May sweldo ka ng 15, may sweldo ka ng 30, so you're cash rich on those days, right? Sana the next day may pera ka pa and sana the next day pera ka pa. Pero sometimes we cannot help it because we have obligations,
Yeah.
right? So here comes a credit card to say, okay, I've paid off all of my bills and biglang I need something on emergency. Here's my credit
Mm-mm.
card because now, um, you know, it will cut off on the first, which means that I have to pay off towards the end of the month. So I now have another 30 days before I
Mm.
need to pay off that obligation. So it's scheduling, it's discipline, it's learning how much purchasing power you have at any given point in time, and it's managing the movement of your cash day to day, right? Or month to month, whatever the case may be.
I
Yeah. So
love
it's
it. You
not
make it
just,
sound so easy.
oh, thank you. Yeah. Kasi 'di ba, you mentioned kanina, it's like only the rich can use a credit card because they have so much
Mm,
cash and etc. Pero no
mm-mm.
the credit card talaga it's for everybody. And it's for
Yeah.
everybody to establish a relationship with a financial institution which can then help them to save more in
Mm-hmm.
the long run, 'di ba? And
Mm-hmm.
as you go through your life, 'di ba, you go to college, you get married or you graduate, get work, get married, have kids. You have so many things that you would need financing or financial assistance
Mm-mm.
on. And that's a way to establish um, a relationship with the financial institution as well.
Right. That's a very nice way to put it. Thank you, Miss Celeste. But I think yun tama, no? I think we've also attributed yun nga, credit card usage to the rich, mainly because of their relationship to money. They
Correct.
became rich because yung mindset nila sa pera, ganon, di ba? Marunong
Mm-hmm.
silang mag-manage, hindi sila takot mag-let go, hindi sila takot paikutin yung pera. You know, it's, again, at the bottom of it all is your belief and your relationship with money. And that's the only thing, well, that's the only thing, that one major thing that
One
differentiates
major.
us, the one major thing that,
Correct.
you know, separates us from,
Mhm.
you know, people who seem like they're very very comfortable. You know. Okay, my next question, Miss Celeste: how can having a credit card be an advantage and not, as a lot of people may put it, a liability?
Yeah. So again, it goes back to how do I manage it? Actually, the advantage of a credit card is that it's a very scheduled facility. So every cycle it gets refreshed. So you use it, you pay for it, whatever you did not pay for will remain in your card as an outstanding balance, but what you have paid for will get taken out. So it's a way for you to extend yun nga, your 15-30 sweldo. It's a way for you to double that or triple that, whatever the case may be, and extend it over rather than just over 15 days. It's now a purchasing power of over 52 days if you actually add it all up. Diba? So that's one way that a credit card can really help you go along your life. Now, those that as I mentioned, you have life cycles, right? A credit card is there can be also there for emergency purposes. You know, you never know. You cross the street, baka matamaan ka ng something, you need to go to the hospital. A credit card is there for you to assist you in paying off any extraordinary expense that you may have, which is not part of your monthly budget. And of course, it has a
Mm-mm.
schedule, and therefore you have 30 to 52 days to repay a card as well. So that's those are like those basic things that a card can help you with. Another great feature of credit cards is that it has rewards and it does work hard for you. The nice thing about the issuers in the Philippines is that we try to outdo ourselves and offer the best to our
Mhm.
customers. We're all very
Good to
customer
know.
centric. Yeah, we're all very customer centric. And you see that we offer rewards such as miles, we offer appliances, we offer discounts, we offer perks, privileges, things that you would normally not get when you're using cash. And why do we do this? Because we are also we also advocate talaga learning credit, 'di ba? And what's a good way to learn something? You reward your customer by giving them a reason to use your credit card,
Mhm.
or giving them a reason to actually say, okay, I prefer to use credit than
Mm.
cash, 'di ba? So
Oh.
those are things
I
that
have a follow-up question to that, Miss Celeste,
mm,
no? Sorry to cut you, but it's just,
yeah.
biglang naalala ko siya eh. Because again, my lola, right? She never, ever once used credit cards.
Mm,
She was always cash. Literally, she had cash
mhm,
under her bed. Ganong level. She had savings and she had cash under her bed. So that was super ingrained in me, you know?
mhm,
And then, like I said, I started using credit cards. My credit limit at 28 was like 20,000 pesos. I was
mm,
making way more than that at the time. But ito lang, hanggang dito lang ako and then I needed to buy a new laptop.
ah,
So I was like, okay, how much was that laptop at the time? 2017, that was like 80,000. Let's say a MacBook Pro, ganyan. So paano ko siya bibilin with my credit card, di ba? So syempre kinash ko. Proud na proud pa ako sa sarili ko. I'm so proud of myself. I cashed it again. But now I'm so worried. I need to now list down paano ko babawiin lahat yon in,
oo,
Kasi
Mhm.
wala, I'm gone 80,000 in one day, you
Correct.
know? And then I come
Mhm.
home to my husband, but I'm happy, but I'm scared. And he's like, why didn't you just use my credit card? I could have
Mhm.
gotten points and like rewards and stuff for that. I'm like, what's that? Because again, di ba, yung fear na parang, may kapalit yan eh. So if I use this reward, then wait, may kapalit yan. Alam mo yun, di pwedeng, it can't be that good. They can't be thinking of me. They must be thinking of them. So how do they make money out of, that's the fear
Mhm.
and the ganyan.
Mhm.
So, okay, I want to talk because you did touch on it already. Rewards, miles,
Mhm.
cashbacks. Why are they such amazing credit card perks and how do you use them?
Okay, so depending on where you are in life, so in terms of rewards, you notice you have so many different things that you can do. We find that our customers really are segmented in such a way that they want different things at different points in time, and that's why we offer all these incentives for you to use your credit card. Now, we say rewards points. We have a big chunk of our population liking accumulating points. Tapos they'll convert it into, let's say, a toaster or a phone or a ganyan, a mini ref. Yeah, they
Okay.
like that. They love those
Yeah.
things, and we're happy to be able to give them to you as long as you keep using our card. Diba? You
Mm-hmm.
keep using our card, and we'll give you rewards points so that you can do that. But one of our biggest product in PNB, of course, is our co-brand with our partner Philippine Airlines, and
Miles.
that is you get Philippine Airline miles for every use of our PNB co-brand, Mabuhay Miles card. And that's really to travel faster. Lalo na ngayon, it's revenge travel time. Um, if you've been in the airport recently, it's like parang, I don't, pandemic ba?
Wala,
Ganyan.
wala, wala. Pandemic. Sus!
I know, di ba? Ano to? So, you see how everyone's just lining up to leave,
Oh yeah.
travel, ride an airplane. It's crazy, but it's fun. But that's the
Mhm.
thing. Imagine if you didn't use a credit card, you can't earn miles. And then, come time that you travel, everything you have to pay for in cash, paano na, right? Sayang din. Kasi cash, ilagay mo yan sa bangko, mag-earn yan ng interest for you. Tapos, you use your credit card as long as you're paying reasonably, on time, and, paying what is due, then you have the miles as well. So, cash or card plus miles. I mean, those are things that you can think about. Um, and again, so yeah, what is it for the bank? One, like I said, it's a way for us to get you to have a relationship with PNB. It's a way for us to, because PNB is not just credit cards. We offer current accounts, savings accounts. So, we entice our customers to really bank with us and have a relationship with us. And this is one of those things, one of our products, which we sell to you so that you will have more relationship with us. Yeah, that's what technically, really, that's really what it is for us.
Mhm.
It's
Thank you for
creating a
thank you for
relationship.
clearing that up. Lumalim siya sa akin, Miss Celeste. You know what I was thinking? While you were talking about that and you said relationship maybe 4 or 5 times in that entire paragraph, I was like, "Huh, it's all connected, no? My relationship, the people's relationship with money and your relationship with people, 'di ba? It's
Mm-hmm.
really all about trust. That's what
Correct.
it is. You're afraid
Mhm.
because you don't trust. You don't
Yes.
trust the relationship, you don't trust yourself or your
Mm-hmm.
relationship with money, for example. Wala kang tiwala. So,
Uh-uh.
how are you even able to build that trust if you don't try it? Wala, takot ka
Correct.
na lang forever.
Oo, 'di ba? Para na lang ano, naka-lockdown ka na lang. We experienced the lockdown for the last year, over almost 2 years, right? And
Mhm.
even though you see that there's vaccine, or you see that you have safety protocols, what wala, you still lock yourself inside the house. O paano na? How will your life be moving forward, right? And that's the same thing with credit. Any credit facility for that matter. You don't use it, or you don't try it, how is it going to be in the future? And one of the things that we learned as well in the lockdown is it's not just about utang, diba? Credit card, it's not utang, it's convenience. you don't want to hold on to those paper
Mhm.
cash, right?
Yeah.
Takot ka, baka it carries the virus with you. And then um you don't want to touch anything, right? So you use your card or you use that facility so that we can so that you don't get the virus as well. So yun lang. You cannot be afraid to try. Because if you're
Mhm.
afraid to try, wala na. You're just stuck. You're stuck inside. You're stuck doing nothing with nothing. Di ba?
Unless that's something you want, you know,
Well,
with
yes,
respect.
sorry,
Unless
sorry.
that's something you want.
Sorry, you're right.
Okay, Pao is asking us to pause for a bit. Wait, let me bring her back up. I'll just edit the video na lang. Sorry, Miss Celeste. Yes, Pao? Sorry.
Hi, yes. Earlier kasi there was like a dog in the background it and it went on
Ah,
for like 10 seconds. Was it yours?
Might
no,
Um
be
I
mine.
was on
Might
mute.
be mine.
okay, okay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
so yeah, okay. I think we can fix it about post prod. Yeah,
Okay.
I just said like pause for a bit because we can wait for it to like finish barking and then we can proceed.
Ah,
So I'm so used to hearing them bark na parang it didn't
tuned
even
out na
And
register.
sila.
then it doesn't
Hindi na
register. Yeah.
nag-register.
Yeah,
That's
it's
okay.
okay. All right.
Thanks, Pao, for catching that,
Thanks.
though. Thank you.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Thanks, Miss Celeste. That's okay. We can, sometimes my dog barks and I just acknowledge him. I'm like, yes, I know, right? Nag-agree din siya. Okay. Well, yeah. So there you go. Relationships, right? And
Mhm.
again, it all boils down to your relationship with money and how you, and me, at how old am I now? I'm like 30. I'm 34. Munti ko na makalimutan. I'm, I'm
Huwag mo na
34.
sabihin how old I am, ha?
Sige, sige, sige. I mean, the show is called After 30, you know? So I'm like embracing my after 30s. So I'm 34 and I'm still, at this point in my life, I have about 3 credit cards.
Mhm.
And I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I'm still scared,
Mhm.
every time it's billing time. Pero nakaano siya sa akin, like, nakalist. Ganyan. Tapos
Mm.
ganito na,
Mm.
ganyan. Tapos trust issues. So pagdating nung bill, nililista ko, tama ba? Na yan, binili ko nga ba yan?
Correct.
You double check. And,
Mhm.
it really, and because it is your relationship with money, now you're fixing your relationship with money however you need to. If you need to make lists, if you need to keep checking kung binil ka ba nila ng extra for something, which is also important, because
Yes.
sometimes that also happens. And, the card companies are more than willing to help you
Mhm.
if that does happen kasi lalo na pandemya. 'Di
Correct.
ba? Dumami yung mga credit card fraud. I was
Yes.
victimized like twice. Iba-ibang
Oh.
bansa.
Mm. Mm. I
But
know, right?
and one was with PNB, and I would just like to say thank you so much for your fast assistance with that. Ang
Oh, I'm
bilis niyang
happy.
maayos.
I'm
And
happy
it
to
happened.
hear that you got really good assistance from us. We
No,
really tried to make
yeah.
that happen.
Because for example, it happened at like November 29, November
Mhm.
30, cut agad yung, I was like, oh, bakit tas may tumawag sa akin, may nag-email. So I was like, what happened? I didn't even get to check. And it was already like, "Psh, okay, we need to, close your card because this happened. I'm like, oh, galing, oh. Wonderful. Great job, PNP.
Good to hear.
Okay, so and you also touched on this a while ago, nag-iiba yung mga pangangailangan ng mga tao because of course there
Mm.
are different seasons in your life, you're studying and then you graduate, eventually you get married, ganyan. So, how does a credit card or how can a credit card complement someone's financial state?
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good question. 'Cause I really like that question. So, diba, I told, I talked about learning how to use credit. So, credit card is not just for credit card sake or for spending sake. It's really establishing your credit worthiness. Diba? It's an entry level product, really, for anybody above the age, the legal age. Um, it's an entry level product. It's a simple, really, product to use because you use it, you pay for it. If you're not able to pay in full, there's interest, and then you use it again, pay for it. It's a cycle. So it's a cycle that ingrains in you a payment methodology and a payment and it ingrains in you discipline, right? Now, uh, it is not your biggest expense when you grow older. Kasi nga, 'di ba, you get married. Let's say now, you get married. Pwede you live with your parents kasi kayong dalawa lang ng partner mo. But later on, you really want to start your own family. So you want a house. you might not have the millions it takes to actually buy a house or buy a condo or whatever on your own. So you need to get financing from a bank. Now, if you have not established any financial or credit history with any bank, then it's going to be hard for a bank to kind of lend you such a big amount. Kasi, again, there's no relationship to speak of. Diba? There's not, we have
There's
not.
that word again.
Yes,
Yeah,
di
yeah.
ba? We have not established trust between us.
Mm.
And therefore, I'm going to be at my most conservative before I lend you such a big amount. And credit cards can be your entry level to that relationship again. And you know, and so when I see that you've been using our credit card and you've been using it well, paying on time or paying as needed, then I can safely say if I lend you a very big amount for your house, then you will be paying off that money in on time every time, and creating that good credit standard for yourself. Now, when you have kids, 'di ba? When you have kids, you may need a new car, you may need to upgrade your house. Again, you might need to take financing as you go along, and really that credit card will help you create that whole credit worthiness for your future endeavors, diba? So a credit card is a partner. You can look at it as a partner product, something to help you in the short term but something that will impact you in the long term. Bayad ka lang parate ha kasi
Yun
yun
yun.
lang, yun kailangan lang tayo nagbabayad on time at nagbabayad parate.
Huwag kalilimutan kasi hindi naman mawawala. Iyan ang ano sa ating mga ano ba, mangungutang ka ta's tataguan mo, mawawala ba yung inutang mo? Hindi.
Hindi,
It's just there,
exactly.
lalaki lang siya ng lalaki, eh, hanggang sa hala wala ka na 'di
Oo,
ba?
tapos, ang sad part niyan kasi is if you forget your utang, 'pag kailangan mo na ulit, papaano, right?
Mm,
Saan ka tatakbo? And that's not what we want to establish here. What we want to
mm.
establish is, us as a bank will be here for you because you have been a loyal and trustworthy partner for us.
Love that. Again, just like any other relationship, 'di ba? Trust is earned. You
Yes,
also have to build trust and to be able to build a good relationship. And I love how
correct.
you put it that way. I I I wish this was something that we could teach again, 'di ba? In school, elementary, high school, 'di ba? Especially throughout college, having a good relationship with money, using credit cards, making it work for you.
Mhm,
'Di ba? Discipline kasi is really what it teaches
correct.
you, eh.
Mhm, mhm.
I love that.
That's really
Okay.
great.
Last couple of questions for me, Miss Celeste. Thank you so much. I'm
Okay.
super learning so much. I swear I'm going to keep coming back to this. every, every time I'm like, credit cards, billing na naman. Okay. How do you choose? So, okay, you've already, let's say our listeners have already decided, okay, eto na. I'm finally gonna
Mm.
get a credit card. Hindi na ako takot. Relationship lang pala yung kailangan ayusin. Discipline lang pala. Kaya ko to. Sitting myself down, deciding to get a credit card, say from PNB. How do you choose the right credit card that will suit your lifestyle?
Oh, that's a really nice question. Because, we offer so many different things to our cardholders. Yun nga, we try to appeal to where you are in life, and we try to appeal to what you're really interested in. So, go through the list of cards that are available. Um, Using the PNB suite of credit cards, if you are a traveler and really love to go places, our Mabuhay Miles credit cards will establish that whole traveling pattern for you with Philippine Airlines, because we have the lowest conversion points to miles conversion for the Mabuhay Miles, and we can you can get bonus miles as you use your credit card along the way. So Philippine Airlines travels to so many destinations. It will fill up your traveling heart because you can go anywhere and partner that with the PNB Mabuhay Miles card, and talagang travel the world faster is what we can help you do. But of course, not everybody naman is traveling, especially when you have kids, because they'll have school, they'll have schedules, or you might have like your own schedules, which won't allow you to travel. So, what is it that you're looking for? Maybe you're looking for cashback. We do have a credit card now. For every time you spend, you'll have a fixed cashback on a monthly basis as long as you're paying us back in time. Now, why have that? Kasi if savings is something that you're very very focused on, because let's say you're saving for a new house or an upgrade to your house, you're saving to upgrade your car, or you're saving to upgrade anything in life, a new refrigerator, whatever it is that you're thinking about, then cashback is something that you're focused on. Because imagine, spend 100 pesos, I only pay back 95. 5 pesos now goes to savings. So it's something that can help you establish as well your savings pattern. And that's why you say look for your cashback. Emergency purposes. If you do just need emergency um, cash or emergency payment at any point in time, our no annual fee cards are also there. We have a Zelo. It's zero annual fee and it's low rate, which means that it's really meant for just to tide you over until you get over the situation that you're in, or you get over the need that you have. And syempre, if there's no annual fee, then it's really something that's just there in your wallet and there available as you need it. So those are three things, three value propositions that we have. And we continue to change those value propositions as we see the market evolving. So um we go into a lot of research and really say, okay, what do our customers need? And kaya ganon, pag customer ka namin, titingnan mo lang siya, ano ba ang ino-offer niyo sa akin? Parang, okay, talaga, okay, I'm in my mid 30s and starting off my family, ganyan ganyan. So maybe perfect for me the cashback. Or we're newlyweds and we want to travel the world and we want to see everything. Okay, perfect for us, the Mabuhay Miles. Or things like that. And then as you go along, like I said, it's a lifestyle. So as you go through your life stages, we have products for you. So choosing it, it's not hard because it's aligned, hopefully, with where you are in life when you start to choose your credit card.
I love that.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for making sure that nako-cover nyo every single stage of a person's life, 'di ba? Yung kung ano man yung kailangan nila. Kasi 'di ba, it works
Mhm.
both ways, 'di ba? You're
Mhm.
creating a relationship, and how does gusto mo yung nababalik ko ulit sa relationship eh? No, because it's true, for you to be able to create a working and a relationship with trust, kailangan nagbibigayan kayo kung ano yung kailangan, 'di ba?
Mhm.
It's give and take. So now that we have, I mean, thank you so much for clarifying that. Now I know, right? But I myself do not have the Mabuhay Miles one, but
Mhm.
I still get miles, right? Because
Yes.
you do, right? You still okay.
Yes.
How do you then, now you have, let's say, those perks and the miles, how do you get them? How
Oh,
do you
uh,
redeem them?
yeah. So, well, redemption is through our call center. We also are working on our digital app so that you can do redemption via the digital app as well. Kasi syempre, we're in this digital age and we want our customers to have convenience. But normally it's really done through our call center. At this point, you can view all of the rewards that we have available to you via our website, and pnbcards.com, and you can see what fits you. In on that website as well, you can see all of the perks and privileges that you can do. So no need for redemption. It's like use your card and you get like I said, diba, if you, let's say, go to, if you are buying your MacBook again and you go to a Mac Center, any outlet, you can purchase with gift with purchase is something that we do offer for certain retailers, or our installment program. Actually, this is one palette that we were not able to touch on, but one of the nice features of a credit card as well is the 0% installment. Now, 0% installment, it doesn't, it's really just chopping up your purchase and repaying them over a period of time. It's really just making sure that you don't use up all your cash at any given point in time, because syempre you might need cash for certain things. But it's just making it easier for you to own what it is that you need. And it's a way for you to, I mean, if you have, over the pandemic, if you had like two, three kids, all kids needed their own laptops, right? Imagine having to buy three laptops in one go, just so your kids can do online, diba, online schooling.
Yeah.
How much of a stretch is that on your finances? With 0% installment, it allowed you to kind of really purchase those three laptops, but pay it off over a period of time, which then makes you comfortably, leaves you comfortable on a monthly basis, diba? Hindi ka na uubusan.
I
Yun.
love that. Ah, thank you for bringing that up because when my now husband, my boyfriend, then when we were living in, when we were starting out,
Mhm.
um, of course we were still, we were both working. We didn't have that much money, but syempre when you move into a condo that's empty, you buy everything, right? A
Correct.
refrigerator, an aircon, a bed, everything.
Mhm.
Now it's just like me, the non-credit card user. Oh my God, mauubusan ako ng pera. Kasi, syempre
Oo.
maghahati kami, pero oh my God, paano ko babawiin to? May ref nga ako, laman-laman, di ba? Wala akong pambili ng laman. But he was like, no. And then I was like 3, 4 months later, I was like, huh, how did we buy all of that? And we're
Mhm.
still okay. He's like,
Di ba?
credit card. Credit card, lahat. And
Mhm.
we're paying for it, paying for it. And then after what, 6 months, 7 months, he's like, oh, tapos na natin yung ref. Alay, kagaling. Tapos hindi ko naramdaman.
That's really what the credit card can do
Yes.
for you. It's like I said, it's a partner, diba? It's a partner for you on your daily, whatever it is that you would need daily or whatever big purchase you might have. Um, Ref is our favorite because everybody needs a ref. Ganyan.
Yeah.
And, diba? Pero totoo yan. I mean, imagine magkano na ngayon ng refrigerator. Tapos your fixed salary on a monthly basis. Baka maubos yung pera mo. Sayang naman, 'di
Paano
ba?
pa
And
kung
it might take.
freelancer ka like me?
Mhm,
It also, I guess, has been working for me now because, for example, there was a big purchase that I did last month
hmm.
using PNB. Tapos sinabi ko dun sa 'di ba? Ano po 3 months installment, hindi in installment ni Ate Girl.
Oh,
So
no.
nakita ko ngayon sa bill ko, ah, oh my gosh. Okay, so I called PNB. I
Mhm,
asked, "Hi, can I please cut this into installments?" Of course, there's a little bit of a it's not 0% anymore because
yes.
tinawag ko na siya.
Mm,
But I'm okay to add a
mhm,
little bit of that if that means kasi again, freelancer, hindi ko alam kung kikitain ko to next month. I have my savings but I don't want to touch
mhm,
that. But
mhm,
being able to control that, being able to call and say, "Oh my god, can we please cut it into what 3 or 6 months? I'm okay to
mhm,
pay this. How much is the interest? All of that." And again, thankfully, they were able to do it fast and efficiently. And that's also something you can do. Na wag kang matakot. If that happens to you, you can just call and have
mhm.
it still cut into like three,
Yes.
6 months. Ganyan.
Yes, definitely. Kasi nga, we're here to be, credit card is there for your convenience. It's not there to be fearful of, and it's really not
Mm-hmm.
there to make life hard for you. In fact, everything we do, we try to make things easy for our customers. So I'm glad that you were able to call in, and I'm glad that you were able to avail of our balance conversion because it's really there. Balance conversion is there so that in cases where you had wanted installment and could not have it, or maybe at the time that you purchased, you thought, okay, ako, I will, pay in full, and then later on, an emergency happened. Diba? You can't
Mm-mm.
tell.
Yeah.
Life throws you curveballs here and there. So,
Mm-hmm.
a credit card is really there for that purpose as well, to assist you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. That was so helpful. Okay, last couple of questions for you, Miss Celeste. We've already established that yes, credit cards can be a great way to manage your finances.
Mhm.
Klarong-klaro na sa atin yun ngayon at this point, no? But how does it now? Again, very important question for most of us, especially for people who are
Mhm.
thinking of starting a relationship with credit cards and with a bank. How does it help you live within your budget?
Yeah, that's nice. Because credit card instills a certain discipline, 'di ba? Like I said, huwag kayong makalimot magbayad. Kasi the credit limit that we give, so because now we have this credit scoring, and because now we have a cycle. Credit card gives you a cycle. Like I said, from 20 to 52 days repayment cycle yan. Depende lang on cutoffs. Um, it allows you to discipline yourself, right? It allows you to know what the schedules are. It allows you to say, we also give you options to pay in full, options to pay a particular amount only. So, yung finances mo, yung cash flow mo, you get to be very much aware of your cash flow. 'Di ba? 15 and 30 ang sweldo. On the 15th, ito yung cash ko. My credit card will be due at, let's say, the 25th, 'di ba? So, between the 15th and the 25th, I have to make sure that I have managed my monies such that I will still be able to pay the credit card and then pay off all the other obligations and then maybe have savings. So, it's discipline. So, yun talaga yung ina-advocate namin. And yan talaga yung matuturo ng credit card sa'yo. Um, I cannot naman wash over the fact that some people forget discipline and some people just get so excited but that's the thing, because it is a cycle product as well. Let's say I forget my cycle this time, meaning hindi ko na disiplina ang sarili ko at medyo I went all out at painted the town red and all that. I have another cycle to redeem myself and really go back and relearn how to do things properly and relearn how to not abuse the privileges that I have, that I have
Very
in
forgiving siya. Very forgiving, 'di ba? Unconditional
Oo.
love.
Oo.
May chance ka pa, may
May
chance ka pa.
chance.
You have so many chances, okay, guys?
Correct.
Don't burn the bridge, 'di ba? You learn. You make mistakes. I mean, everybody does,
Mhm.
Sometimes
Mhm.
you ginugulat ko pa rin. Nililista ko na, nagugulat pa rin ako eh. Ha? Ano pinili ko? Diba? That happens. But again, you can redeem yourself the next cycle and then the next cycle.
Yes. So it's
Thank you so
discipline.
much. Yes, discipline at the end of the day. Fix your relationship with money, fix
Mhm.
your mindset with money. If you are enticed right now after listening to this podcast or watching this video, if you guys want to get a credit card, um, naklaro na ni Miss Celeste, no? Why it's scary. We
Mhm.
understand, we hear you. I myself feel that way too. But why it can actually work for you and how it can work for you. So, unahin mo muna, 'di ba? Yung to do the work on yourself. Like, para hindi ka matakot ng matakot every month. Parang nanginginig ka kapag bayaran na, 'di ba? So, Miss Celeste, thank you so much for sharing your time with us. I know you went a little bit over time, but I really enjoyed this conversation with you. I have one last question for you, something I ask every guest, because, we started talking about fear and all that, and we touched on the pandemic, which we are still living in currently right now, but thankfully we're getting over it. But something that I always like to share on the podcast, and also something that keeps us grounded, and keeps us, I guess, just living and thriving through life, is
Mhm.
gratitude. Diba? Yung
Mhm.
always just being mindful that there are always things to be grateful for. And I want to ask you, please share it with us, the listeners, the universe, whatever it is that you're grateful for right now in this moment. Can be 1, 2, 5, 10 things, completely up to you.
Definitely, I'm grateful for waking up. The Lord is so kind to us, right? He has thrown us a lot of challenges, yes, but you wake up every morning and you feel the blessings that He has given you as well. Um, I am grateful to be here with you, talking to you about my favorite subject in the entire universe. But really, just waking up every morning, experiencing His grace and experiencing His love for us. That's something that I'm always grateful for.
Thank you so much, Miss Celeste. I'm so grateful for you, for everything we learned from you today. Would you like to invite our guests to, I don't know, check out the if PNB has a new website or something new coming up, or if they can, I don't know, ask you questions, if that's something that that
Yeah.
you're open to, please let them know where they can message you, where they can get in touch with you, or what website they can go to.
Right. So, we invite everybody to really look at our websites. We have two, pnb.com.ph, and we also have our pnbcards.com website. So, PNB cards is obviously specific to our credit card products, but the bank itself is the pnb.com website. All of our promotions, all of our features and products are all there in both websites. Now, likewise, for all of our PNB clients, our PNB digital app is live and it's very strong. We hope that you all are utilizing our new PNB digital app because it can make life so much easier for you. Manage all of your finances all with one app. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Miss Celeste Lim, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.